host, Harold. Today we got Andrew and we got Dylan. Jared could not make it, but that's alright, because we got the three amigos. What's up, guys?
Hello.
What up?
And I don't know about you boys, but I'm kind of chilling right now. I'm in a good mood, and you want to know why I'm in a good mood?
Why?
Because it's not negative 20 degrees outside. It's warming up. It feels like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this like what, fake spring or something?
Yeah, it's
According to like our calendar
Yeah,
or
essentially.
it's Mirage Spring. It's
Sure, yeah.
Which it's funny because that I meant to mention it last week as my hot topic, but I completely blanked on it. That the groundhog that determines whether or not we get more or less winter decided we have more winter, which I thought was funny because it lines up with the weather being so nice. So it's like maybe he don't know what he's doing. He's a little confused.
Let's say like this weekend supposed to be like Saturday's like upper 40s and then Sunday's like 50 and Monday's like 51. So that's
Gonna be
kinda
nice.
That's grilling weather, baby.
Oh,
That's what I plan to do.
T-shirt and grilling and.
I think it's funny because me and Dylan go to work every day, and we both wear shorts. I haven't had to switch to pants at all. We've gotten close, but every day I go into shorts, and people are like, "Why do you do that?" It's like, well, when you get into an environment that's already warmed, if you're doing work, you get hot. And as a young man in his physical peak, I don't have to worry about regulating my heat because I can do that no problem. So if I'm in a place with all the heaters on and stuff, if I got jeans on and like a long sleeve shirt and a hoodie, I'm gonna sweat.
You know, I wish work would allow us to wear shorts, but we can't.
They don't
So
want easy access to your butt.
Well, that's probably not it. But no, but when it gets like in us the assembly building, like the record last year was like 112,
Ooh.
and yeah, I wouldn't want to wear pants, but yeah, it sucks in the summer, dude. It's just like a hot box. I mean, you guys know, you guys are also in a hot box, so it just
It get warm.
if it's hot outside, it's hotter inside. I don't like it.
I think I don't know if your place has done this, Andrew, but we did a whole PowerPoint presentation basically on why having fans in the summer is a bad idea. And we were told that having fans makes the plant hotter, so they have to strategically use them. And by strategically use them, they put it in a place where I'm not going to feel it at all.
Oh, so it's like dead air is what that is.
Dude, it's like swamp, dude.
Oh, that's even worse. Cause I don't care. Well, I don't care what they say. A fan, yeah, it's gonna blow around like the heat of like that's in the air, but like it's also like air, like it's air, like that would cool you down at least a little bit while you're working.
The movement at least feels nice.
Yeah. Or to solve all of it, they could actually just put air conditioning in.
No.
Ooh,
No.
don't scare them.
Yeah, I know, right?
Think of the company, how much that would cost. No.
Yeah, think of the productivity they'd probably get out of it.
They only preach about the billions of dollars I make every year.
Literally.
Listen, when we're on our conquest to be the number one company, and all we care about is being in the black and making money, we don't have to care about employees' well-being if it's not affecting the bottom line. You know, that's the world we're in, baby, and we're just living it.
We had a town hall meeting for our the last quarter of 2025, and they were like all praising that we were like very safe all year and everything. And like we're walking away and talking to some guys, and it's like, oh yeah, they preach safety until you have to lift over 100 pounds over your head, you know, Then they don't care about safety. They're just like, yeah, you got to do that.
Mm.
Like, well, if I drop this, it's probably gonna slice me open or hurt me in some
What?
way.
Well,
Ah,
make
no,
sure
no,
you're
it's
wearing
fine.
your
We just need
safety
the money.
glasses. That's all you need.
You mean my regular glasses with some guards on them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we maybe talk about this past weekend a little bit for
I
one main topic?
I would I would be down with that. I kind of wish Jared was here to like paint the picture a little bit
Right.
better, but you
Hmm.
know. So give me a second. I gotta. Wow. Whew. I had to generate that. So last weekend we did a poker tournament, and it was, I believe, 16 or 17 people in it, and it was poker, and we started it around noonish, 12:30,
Hmm.
and we allowed people to buy in until probably closer to 4 or 5, and then after that you were in or you're out. Pretty much you were in until you were out. And I don't know about y'all, but I had a really fun time playing poker with a lot of people.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Hmm.
It's kind
Yeah.
of nice, I think, having like live physical practice, and maybe like Andrew, you can talk about like maybe something that you learned, like just kind of like in your head, you kind of learn things.
Um. Well, one, I want to say I really enjoyed that. I would definitely do that again if Jared organized it again. I think I would bring more money this time.
Oh, I'm
um,
sure he will.
it was a pretty like as we were playing, I was like, oh, I'm kind of addicted. Like I got all these chips. I want to win more chips. It wasn't even like about the money. It was just like the chips that I had, and I wanted to like play hands and like kind of battle people in a sense. But
Hmm.
um, I think what I learned is like just people's kind of like body language, like how different people like react to the stuff that they have. Um, I mean, it was a lot of people that know each other, so it wasn't really super serious. I want to like nobody like really got like mad or anything. I don't think, but
Well,
um, well, not at our table at least. Um, but I think it was just kind of just some people will go off of maybe a little bit of what they have and kind of just hope for the best, or some people kind of bluff, and it was just fun to just watch different people's body language and um, kind of just being in the atmosphere of, because the only experience I had was prominence poker, and so, um, it's different when I can sit behind on a screen and play versus like I'm sitting there with people. It's a little bit different.
Mm.
Um,
you're physically
yeah,
doing the actions of like putting chips out and like
yeah, and like
it's.
checking and like raising and then knowing when to raise, like just stuff like that. It was fun.
I had a lot of fun. I there's like little things I learned about like like specific poker things, and then there was like macro things I learned too. Like poker is just basically all about how lucky you are in the moment and like how much you want to push that luck of like BSing your way into a call or like getting people to bow
Hmm.
out when you
Hmm.
maybe don't have anything, and just kind of like knowing when to do that. And it was kind of fun, getting a lot of like the veterans and people that played poker a lot really upset. um, I one of the guys who Jared was like, this guy is like the poker guy. He goes to tournaments. He has been playing poker a lot of his life. He's like the expert. Him and Zach were like the two guys that he was like, these guys are gonna mollywop everyone. And it was nice to knock the guy out not once but twice. And the second time I knocked him out was when there was no buyback, and it was later in the night. And it was he said it was a dumb thing to raise almost all my chips for which was like 50, 60,000 basically on a two pair, but beat his hand, and he proceeded to spend the next 20 minutes talking about, oh man, that hand was bogus. You don't go that big on that. If you were at a poker tournament, you might get beat up leaving the place. And I'm like, well, and I was like, well, I got lucky. What can I say? And
Well, I mean, you do just test your luck, right?
yeah, that's all it is. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you end up falling on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it.
I did too.
How about you, Dylan? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Wasn't crazy about you knocking me out, but I'm glad it was you over anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It was very calculated. I saw Dylan had like 3,000 chips left, and I raised it to that.
Right.
And Dylan had a you know
I had a good hand.
he had
I
a
had
good hand, but I had a better hand, and I was like, well, if I don't
You
knock
did.
him out, someone else probably will, and I ended up doing it. So
Which is fine. I was like, I had already accepted it at that point. I'm like, I'm probably getting knocked out. I don't got much left. Cards aren't going my way. And yeah, he raised, and I'm like, you know what? It's a good hand. If I go out, I go out.
Right. I think because I know Zach listens to this, so I want to highlight at our table there was one hand. So I was the dealer. One hand, I dealt him a full house. And it was I think it was slightly higher than the other two people that were in. I think they also had full houses,
oh wow,
if I'm trying to remember correctly. Zach knows what I'm talking about, but like I dealt him like the perfect cards, and he ended up winning like a pretty big hand. And after that, he's like, "Thanks, Andrew, for the hand." So I kind of like that. That was fun. So
like your guys' table, I thought was like the premier table, because like it had like a bunch of people that were pretty into poker. Our table, I think, was a lot more laid back. Like, Jared's, I don't know what he is in relation to Jared, but he was like the poker tournament guy. And then after that, it was like a bunch of people that kind of like me and Dylan played Prominence Poker. We played like a free poker tournament at Jared's house. But like, this is like a lot of people's first tournament at that table, and you could tell it. There was a little bit of rust going around, but it was laid back. It was fun. Um, when I got to like the final table, and there was like all them guys there, I was a little like, oh, I'm like small fish in the big pond. These guys are crazy. But I had a lot of fun. I would totally do it again.
yes, I agree.
No, yeah, Jared was talking about doing it again, and he was like, I'm thinking of raising the pot, and I'm like, what are you thinking, like 25, 30? He's like, I'm thinking like $50 buy-in. I'm like,
Ooh.
I mean, I'm down. You just probably, big
That's
big baller.
Oh. Because I was thinking like if we were gonna still do 20, I was gonna be like, oh, like I'll bring like maybe 40 or 60, so I at least have a couple buy-ins. 50, yeah, I might do one extra, like bring the 50, then maybe one more, but whew,
I
that's
think it
that's a
depends
big
on
pot.
when we do it. If we do another one like recent, like soon, then I would probably say like 25, 20. If this is something we're planning like later in advance, then yeah, I'd be okay with it. But anything bigger than 50, I think I'd be like, that's kind of like, what was it? Jared or Zach were talking about doing a fantasy league where it's like $100 for the play for fantasy. And I'm like, and he's like, winner takes all. I think it was Zach, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Because
Yeah.
like fantasy, like you can, if you're a good fantasy manager, you can probably make the playoffs. But like winning the championship is all about luck. and like even making the playoffs can like you might just get screwed over. So and like I'm pretty risk adverse. I don't like risking a lot of money. Like even when I did like a lot of sports gambling, it was like $5, $10 slips. Like I couldn't imagine people putting like you see the slips where they put like $200,000 on like the Seahawks to win it. And it's like, oh my goodness, dude, you got.
Yeah, well, you betting in your inheritance that grandma left you? Like, what are we doing here?
You're like talking to Graham. You're like, sorry, Graham, I gotta do this. It's like what?
I'm selling your house. What?
But yeah, poker definitely's got to happen again. Definitely more prominence poker's got to get played, man. We've all been on the Arc Raider fix, but like, I'm down with doing poker nights, man.
Oh, I am too. Definitely.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think unless you guys got anything else, I think we're ready to move on to our main topic, brought by Andrew.
Yeah. Do you want me to like lead off?
Yeah, you brought the baby. You show the baby.
Sure. The baby is the topic is red flags. And I kind of just was I was watching some video and I was thinking like something had happened. I was like, ooh, that seems like a little bit of a red flag. A lot of the comments were kind of saying the same thing, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that would be a good topic to bring. So that's kind of what we're doing this week. My couple examples. In the video, it was a girl and a guy, and they were talking. It was like one of those like text message videos or whatever, where like they're texting each other, and like they're kind of flirting whatever, and then like he was like, oh, can I like take you out or something, and she was like, no, I'm just like I'm not really in the mood or something, whatever. Like she was busy or something. And then like the guy, proceeds to like, keep pushing it or whatever, and then she's like, "No, I really can't." And then he said the words, "I won't take no for an answer."
Oh.
And yeah, that line kind of gives me a little bit of a ooh. I feel like that's a red flag. And I'm not like it could be either gender, it doesn't matter who it is. But just that line in general is like, "I won't take no for an answer." It's like like I could see that being a red flag. Just because it comes off as like a little like pushy and like you got to make it happen. And I get like you want to be confident and like that's all cool and whatnot, but that was kind of like one of the main examples. I think I'll start with, and if we want to just kind of like pass it around, and if we want to do maybe another round after that, whatever. But that was kind of just the one I was thinking of.
I think a note with that one that you said. I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but have you ever heard like old people like talking about when they met their wives or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I saw the love of my life at like the grocery store, and I kept to like showing up every single day until she like went on a date with me, and it's like, oh, how long did that last? She's like, oh, 3 months. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh damn. Okay. Yeah.
Like, game's game, but like, it's supposed to be like a back and forth, not just like I'm taking the ball to the court and I'm dunking it until you're like, okay, like.
Yeah, we like people with motion, but too much motion you can knock them.
Ooh,
Knock
too
them
much,
over,
too much motion, you might get motion sickness.
Yeah, you say it, Harold. Preach, brother.
Oh, chat, clip that. That's a bar.
We don't have a chat.
If we did have a chat, they would have clipped that. Unless you
Probably.
got one, Dylan, I got one.
Yeah, for me it's like people who like subtly will air their dirty laundry in public. Like they hint at it, trying to like start something,
Like what would
like,
you
give
say?
us an example. Like, what do you mean?
Like,
Could be,
okay, so
anything. Like Jim Bob and Tanya.
right. I had a fight the night before about like, I don't know, she went out and bought something stupid, blah blah blah. You know,
Mm-hmm.
too much money was spent. And then the next day they're at like the neighborhood bash, right? And like he knows she's listening, so he says something subtly about, oh, you know, spending this much on a bag or something, you know, like trying to get her to react and start something in public, even though like she probably won't, to keep face,
Mm,
like
Like
just
passive
subtly airing it
aggressive.
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a little bit of a like for me personally, this is my opinion. Doesn't it's not everybody's relationship, but I feel like if it's, between you two, then you guys can discuss it privately and talk about it and work it out privately instead of just, like Dylan said, like airing it out in public.
Hmm.
But yeah, I could see it.
I think, um, if I had to pick a red flag, and like this is just kind of like in any relationship, like friendship, dating someone, whatever. If I'm talking to someone and they feel the need to dominate every conversation we have, like you
Mm.
know everything. Um,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
like I'm a talkative person, but like if we're talking about something I won't know, like if we're talking about like cars or whatever, if we're talking about like stuff that's outside of my area of expertise, I'll know,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I got nothing to add to the conversation. I should probably be quiet and listen. Where I think we all know people that just know everything. And you could
Mm.
like talk about something like could be sports related. It could be like, yeah, I was having this issue, with this person or something. And it's like, oh yeah, that guy's, like, it's not when you talk to them the first time about it, you realize it's when you talk to them like over and over, and you're like, oh, this guy just knows everything. You know, I should just
Mm-hmm.
listen to this guy for advice because he just knows about everything.
Yeah, I I think this kind of goes hand in hand with that, but I just thought of another one. And I'm gonna piggyback off of you a little bit, Harold. But it's kind of like the mentality of like the smartest person in the room. If that's I don't know if that was exactly what you were going for, but they just have to always like you could be talking back and forth, and then like you'll say some knowledge, and then they'll like maybe correct you about something, or like I don't know, like I don't want to say like dominant, but like they just always have to act like they're the smartest person, and that like you said, like kind of know everything. And then I'm like, do I even want to talk anymore? Like, do I even want to open my mouth?
I think bonus points also with that, like being the smart, is when like you know that they're wrong about something, but they're so confident about them being wrong. Like
Yeah.
it's like you hear them, oh yeah, this is how it goes, and it's like, no, the hell it does not, dog.
I don't
Mm,
think so.
I don't think
yeah.
so, pal.
Right. And we
Like,
all got two eyes and two ears. Like we can see what's going on.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's always funny because if you're ever in a conversation with someone like that and you're with a friend or something, you do that like the Office sitcom look where you both look at each other like, you're picking this up, right? This guy just said what I
Yeah.
thought he said. Like, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Dylan, you got another one?
Um. Yeah. It's like a very specific form of gaslighting, I guess.
Okay.
Where like,
Yep.
let's say an argument is starting between you and your partner,
Mhm.
or like you're having a disagreement, it's getting a little heated,
Mhm.
and then they start raising their voice,
Mhm.
and if you raise your voice back, they yell at you like, don't yell at me, I'm not yelling at you.
Mm. Yep.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And like,
Because like it's like, what do you do in that situation? Like clearly you know they are.
it's like
I'm
a
not
form
gonna
of
make it
rage
worse
bait.
by what am I supposed to do here?
Right. And like, I think everybody understands, when we're all common, like stuff like that isn't going on. Like naturally, unless you're like some person um that maybe doesn't raise their voice, but I think naturally when you're upset about something, you
Hmm.
kind of want to just like the emotion there is just like you want to talk about
Right.
it, and you're like, and like I would say for most people, you tend to raise your voice because it's
Yes.
either something you're passionate about or something you really want to like establish, I guess. Um,
Hmm.
but like, yeah, if they're doing it and then you're doing it and then they say don't do it to me because I'm not doing it to you, well,
Mm.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's a little bit of hypocritical, and
Yeah, exactly. Exactly
and
that.
yeah, so but
I
yeah, I raise my voice when I am in arguments, and I try not to. I honestly try to just um,
It
especially
happens.
with
You get irritated. It's just the natural response,
yeah,
and
with my wife and I,
that's
we do that.
it happens, But like, if you're gonna do it, at least own up to it.
Right. Yep. And that's the biggest thing is like once we cool down and stuff happens, and 9 times out of 10 it's just like the dumbest stuff too, right? It's
it's not
like
even worth it. Yeah.
yeah, it's and I
Hmm.
literally was
Hmm.
talking to Faith about this earlier. I was like, we sometimes argue about some of the dumbest things. We get so heated about some of the dumbest things, and I look back and I'm like,
Hmm.
why was I even so like tunnel visioned in on that? Like,
Why
and then
did
you
I
just
let it
feel like
bother
an
me like that?
yeah, and then like you feel like an idiot afterwards, and you just feel like a piece of garbage. Like you're like, oh man, why did I do that? Like I gotta go make it right, and um, yeah, but it happens to all of us. None of us are perfect, so yeah, I totally get what you're
Hmm.
saying.
I think not to get too deep in like psychology and stuff, but like every time an argument happens, it's you want to be heard and understood, so that
Hmm.
and you feel like
Hmm.
trying to say how you feel doesn't get your point across. So it's like, well, if I say something louder, then it might get that point across, and then it turns into like yelling, and then it's like, I because at the end of the day, you're communicating with someone, you're trying to communicate something, and us as people, even the most receptive and open people are gonna have trouble trying to explain certain concepts or certain like even little shit like you're arguing about like the fridge door being open and that turns into a big blow up argument.
For
Yeah,
sure, for sure.
Why'd you leave the mayonnaise out? And it's like, ah.
yeah. No, that's a great way to explain it. Yeah, you want to be
Hmm.
heard, and I think yeah, I haven't heard it that way, but yeah, like that's a very good way and a very good point.
I got a red flag that makes a little less serious of a red flag, I think.
Okay.
So I was thinking about it, and I was having one of my Harold. I don't want to say doomer thoughts, but just kind of like society is worse off than it used to be because when people go to enjoy sports, they are more worried about their parlay hitting than enjoying good sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the rise of not only like sports books being more open, but just like speculative marketing or like books now, and like you can bet on anything. You can bet on the weather tomorrow. You can bet on is it gonna rain in Michigan. You can do whatever. And I think the worst part of like sports betting specifically is I don't know. Like I know we can all relate because I was one of those guys where like I'd go to watch a game and I didn't care who won. I didn't care what the game was about. All I cared about was, man, I hope this guy hits his slip so I can get paid. And then like I was like, I'm not enjoying the sport. I'm more like trying to enjoy a payday. And like
Mm-hmm.
that is like the scratching the surface of some people. Some people like Shohei Otani can pitch 8 innings and get like 10 strikeouts and hit the ball 3 times in the play, but because you didn't get that home run, he ruined someone's parlay. So it's like you're a piece of shit. It's like we just watched a phenomenal game from this guy, but because he didn't hit the one little thing you wanted, he's now garbage to you. And it's like
Mhm.
we're
Yeah.
we're not enjoying talent because we're more worried about hitting our slips and our parlays. That's a red flag.
Preach, brother, man. I want to add on to this because and like admit because like you, I sports bet used to and I felt the same way. Like for years I thought that like oh like I just want my payout, like I just want to see that like hey, I won some money and it's like that, temporary like excitement and when it doesn't happen you get frustrated and you get upset and like that kind of shows a lot. Um And so I was actually worried when I started to taper off of it and then eventually stop sports betting. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to enjoy the game because I actually asked myself, am I enjoying this because I'm betting on it and looking forward to a payout, or do I actually love what the game is and like the moments? And thankfully after I stopped, I still had that same love, and I was very happy to see that it wasn't being taken away by something that really didn't mean a whole lot. Um, so yeah, I guess I just kind of wanted to piggyback off you again, Harold, and I think that's a great point.
I, and it was funny because we were talking about something at work, and it was like one of the I don't know if it was Prize Picks or Underdog. They had like a free I got a free credit for like a Tuesday or whatever, and I had a slip of like 7 or 8 guys, and I wasn't. It wasn't that I was excited for it hitting. It was like the people that I had it, and I'm like, did I really bet on NASCAR? And I was like, did I just bet on NASCAR? I'm not even gonna watch the game. Why would I bet on it? And that was and like some of the rules and like the taxes against gambling caused this to happen, but also at the same time, it's like like I already spend enough money on sports. Like I want to get collectibles. Fantasy football. Like you spend enough money on it as is. It's like it's nice when it hits, but then it's like the 9 times it don't. It's like oh man.
Mm-hmm. I got a pretty quick one. If nobody else has another one.
Fire away,
I
Captain.
think you're good.
Very basic, very simple. Road rage. Um,
Mm.
if you got road rage, if every little thing about driving, other people, and I get people are not the smartest, right? There are some times, maybe a lot of times, there are people that do dumb stuff. I forget it. We all have been there. We all understand. But if it goes to a point where you're like, man, I'm gonna ride this dude's butt, or I'm gonna cut him off, or I'm gonna ride in front of him and brake check, and I'm gonna maybe even tap his vehicle. It's like that I feel like that's a pretty big red flag, right? I mean, like that
Mm.
you got some stuff we got to work out here.
You're not a Mad Max, buddy.
Yeah, we ain't in a death race, okay? We don't need to do that. So
Yeah.
just a very quick one. So
I guess if we're
I feel
doing, oh, go ahead.
oh I was just gonna say I feel like I talk about red flags for like a lot. I feel like there's just so many like little like we could cherry pick a bunch of stuff and or talk about broad stuff, but yeah. Anyway, you can go, Harold.
I think yeah, you can like technically everything could be a red flag if you think about it hard enough. My thing would be things that like I would specifically note and be like, oh, I guess it'd be more work related, but it can be like generalized. If you're talking to
Mm.
someone and it's always someone else's fault that something's going wrong, after like the third or fourth time, I'm gonna start thinking that you're the problem. Because you can go, oh, my coworker's garbage. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Bad coworkers happen. Oh, my husband. Da 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 da. It's like, okay, yeah. Oh, my neighbor's dog. Oh, my mom. It's like, all right, if everything going on, if everyone hates you in your life, you're not the main character of a story, dog.
Oh.
You're making everyone else's problem You're making
It
everything
is.
that happens in your life, which might not even be towards you, just about you. You're not the main character, boss.
That's what it is. Main character syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Harold's on a heater, man. He's bringing up some really good ones.
It was funny because I didn't think about it until now, but then I'm like, that's something that annoys me. If you're like, you can be upset at life, but if you're just a complainer 24/7, I'm not gonna like you. I'm not gonna be happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we think like being like privileged, like having that attitude, does that go in hand with like main character syndrome, or is that like separate? Like if you're privileged, you're like, I should be getting this, or like you think like the world owes you or something. Could that tie into like main character, like you're like, oh yeah, like give it to me, like
I think it
that type of
can
attitude.
tie into it, but like it's not
I think it's
Not the
like
directly
exact
related.
same.
it's a square and rectangle. Like a square can be a rectangle, or a rectangle can be a square, but it's not the same. They're very
Right.
similar, and it happens a lot. But there's
Hmm.
privileged people that know they're privileged, and like they have the like
Yeah, that's true.
foresight to know it. But there are privileged people that don't. Like, oh man, my dad gave me a white BMW instead of a black one, or stuff like that, where it's like, brother,
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
like, okay. I guess, Dylan, do you have any? Do we have any quick ones we're gonna start popping out?
Oh.
Um, if I got a quick one. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna say it. If you need alcohol or oh yeah, I'm gonna say alcohol. It just like if you, I'm gonna say it this way.
A
If you need
substance,
that to
or
have fun, like if you can't have fun without that, I feel like that's a red flag. Like if you always have to have something to enjoy a good time,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's going
mm-hmm.
out with friends or with a family gathering, or you're just playing mini golf. I don't know. And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I gotta have a drink. I feel like that's a little bit of a red flag, because it's like, can you enjoy anything without a drink, or are we all just letting this control us?
Yeah,
I think
I'd agree with that.
I think alcohol. I think that like that. Unless you guys don't think, I think there could be like any extracurricular substance. I think can fit that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know if I want to say that, so I just went with alcohol. But yeah, that
I
you get what I'm saying.
if you need like we all, I think we can all relate. We all know one guy that's like, the it was like a meme or whatever. It's like I'm not addicted to blank, and it could be anything, but I got to spend
Mhm.
a third of my paycheck on it, and if I don't have it, I can't function. It's like, buddy,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then it doesn't sound good.
like I'm open minded. You do whatever you want to do, but like
Mm.
if you can't function as an adult, and like you can't do stuff without like, oh man, I gotta have a drink, or oh man, I gotta have a hit. Like going out to
Mhm.
Taco Bell, you're like, I gotta have it to talk to the person. It's like, brother, you got problems. You gotta look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree.
For
And
real.
like, I'm not one to judge anyone. I have problems too. So I'm not the one to be like, that guy's a fucking crackhead or whatever. But it's like, you can be like, hey, this guy got some issues.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, that's a red flag. I don't want to take it off the topic. People that judge other people all the time, 24/7. Like, oh, you know
Mhm.
better. That guy does this. That guy does that. It's like, yeah, we all judge people, and no matter how hard you try, you will have some kind of pre-assumption about people. But like,
Mm-hmm.
it's one thing to have a thought of it. It's another thing to constantly be like, yeah, look at that guy. That guy's like a dickhead. That guy's da da da. It's like, what world do you get to say what's right and wrong? That's not,
Mhm.
you know, that's not your call, you know?
Right. No, I agree. That was a good one.
I
think
like that one. Yeah.
that's pretty much what I have for quick ones. So, if you guys got any more?
People that watch their phones in public on like max volume.
Oh. No, is that a red flag or is that ick?
That's an ick. What's the difference? So like an ick is like
I want to say what's.
So I feel like a red flag is probably something that, like, I gotta explain an ick better. An ick is like something that bothers you, maybe not to the degree a red flag would be like, ooh, I don't know if I want to associate myself with that person, but it's just like, maybe it's like an ick could be like someone that like clicks their tongue, when they talk, or something. It's like, that's an ick for me.
Like-
It's like a
an
it's like
irrational
I don't-
hatred
it does
versus a
yeah,
rational hatred.
it's not like a deal breaker or anything where I feel like some red flags can be deal breakers, but like an ick is just something that maybe bothers you.
Like the way he raised his voice, that gave me the ick. Whereas like a red flag would be, he still lives with his mom and he's 37. Or something like that.
Or something. Yeah, or like, oh, he only raises his voice when he speaks to me. That's a red flag.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
a red flag. Yeah. I think unless we have any other quick ones, I think we're ready to. Well, before we wrap it up, I do have one brief thing that I want to mention that Dylan actually mentioned at work.
What did I mention?
So, as one does, everyone claims that the NFL is conspiracied and everything is planned out ahead of time. And they said, was it last year or this year, that based on the colors, you could tell who's going to make the Super Bowl. Because the year before, I think it was, when it was Eagles-Philly, or Philly Chiefs, it was like green and red. And that's who ended up playing. And obviously the colors for the Super Bowl is announced way beforehand. And Dylan, you want to explain what the colors were and what teams they represent playing for Super Bowl 61 this year?
So it wasn't colors. It was like the Super Bowl posters they released that have like quarterbacks on them. So like the one for this year, like just so happened to be that Darnold and Drake May were in the front, and that's just who happened to go to the Super Bowl. And this guy's like, so my conspiracy, they just released the next year's one, and if it's correct, the two teams in the front, two quarterbacks in the front, should be the ones going to the Super Bowl.
Makes sense to me.
And it was the Dolphins and the Saints.
how do you feel about that? if we're making predictions, how do you feel about that?
That man's smoking crack.
He's smoking that good.
Yeah, he's got something good.
That
ain't happening.
With this Super Bowl matchup, would this break hearts between you and Jared, or like? I know.
No, I'd bring us closer.
We watched together, naked.
Oh. I thought it was the Super Bowl. I didn't know it was Super Balls.
Oh, whoa.
All right.
Oh. But yeah, I heard that, and I was like, I thought that was funny because I'm like, I wonder what I wonder how you would look to people being like talking about who's gonna win the Super Bowl next year, like the Chiefs or the Dolphins and the Saints. It's like, buddy, get out of the crack room, boss. What's wrong with you? You're eating that Tylenol too much, buddy.
Ew.
What is it? No, Benadryl. If you take too much Benadryl, then you start seeing people that don't exist.
Oh my.
Hallucinating?
Yeah. Speaking of hallucinations, are we ready for our hot topics?
I think so.
That was one crazy transition, but sure.
You know what?
I love his transition.
You miss 100% of the shots.
Speaking of hallucinations, do we want to talk about this? Huh?
I took 20 Benadryl before I went to bed last night.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, you know what we should talk about is what you woke up to playing
Oh
on your TV.
yes. All right.
Oh.
That should that be my hot topic, or is this like a brief little thing?
Whatever you
That's
want
up
it
to
to
you. That's
I'll
up to
make
you.
it my hot topic because I don't know which one I should do. So
All right, then you go first.
all right. So hot topic. I don't want to say what I said earlier because it was a little bit conspiracy theorist, but I will say what happened. So, as you might know, most people are. We're a YouTube household of bed. We put on YouTube, and Cheyenne normally puts on YouTube, and most of the time it's like, like gaming videos, like Smitty, or like first one to break in the car gets $1 million, like that kind of stuff, like very adjacent to that. So you can imagine my shock when this morning at 4:25, I woke up to a Muslim concert. And it was loud. Like it was one woman standing on stage, and she was just yodeling and hodling and yee-heeing to her heart's content. And I don't know exactly what she said. Obviously, she wasn't speaking English. But it was so funny because Cheyenne, who is a very grouchy sleeper, she will not wake up until she has to, woke up to turn it off because she goes, "What the fuck?" But it was so funny. Just like waking up to like, just like, I'm like, what an alarm clock.
That's funny. This isn't my hot topic, but like I woke up. It wasn't yesterday. It was so it wasn't this morning. It was Tuesday morning. I woke up to the Burnt Peanuts, like one of his intro songs for the start of his streams. And it was so, for some reason, it was so loud. I only have the TV set to like where I can hear. I don't need it super loud at night.
It's a dull
like-
murmur, yeah.
Yeah, like dull murmur, perfect. But like the later in the night, like the louder everything seems. Like if you open up a bag of chips, you feel like you're just crinkling the crap
Yeah.
out of it. And so like I snap awake at like 3 in the morning to just hear like a bunch of like rap music, and I was like, oh my god, I can't, I gotta shut off.
Was it Smoke on a Bean or whatever his name was?
Yeah, I think so,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
What up,
it was
Jared?
like I was half asleep, and so. What's up, Jared?
What up, babies?
Jared joined.
That's me.
He made it.
He made it at the
I
very
did.
end.
A little bit late. A little bit late.
Just a little bit.
A
Do
little
we-
bit. We're just wrapping up.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
we, before we continue our hot topics, do we ask Jared about what you found, Dylan, just to get his input on it?
Oh,
What?
yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Okay, I'm yours.
So, okay. Last night, I was scrolling TikTok, and I came across, like, one of the NFL conspiracy theory videos where, like,
Oh, dear Lord.
like, the colors for the Super Bowl mean who's going to the Super Bowl, or, like,
Yep.
the posters with all the players on it, right?
Yep.
So, the one for next year dropped, right? And this guy's analyzing it. And it just so happens that the people in the front from this year's poster are the ones who made it to the Super Bowl. So if that stays true, the two people up front on this year's poster or next year's poster should be the ones going to the Super Bowl. Two teams going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, do we know who they are yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
It was the Dolphins
I like.
and the Saints.
Never in our lifetime gonna happen, but I'm in.
I know. I was like, this
fucking
dude
in.
is on drugs. There is no way that is going to happen.
Not a shot in hell. You know what though? Go put $100 on one of them two teams making the Super Bowl. You're gonna have a lot of money at the end of the year.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
The
Because I
conspiracy
guarantee you their odds are not very good.
Mm-mm.
You.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah,
what I
it
miss?
made me chuckle a little bit.
You just We just talked about the
do it all.
poker tournament, and you know,
Did
how
we
much
talk
fun we
about
had
the
there.
fact that Harold took third place somehow?
I didn't want to mention it.
I don't
but
think
yes.
that was ever mentioned. No.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to
That
be the one to
goofy
bring
bastard took third. The rest of us didn't make it in the money even.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it up. I talked about how your I don't know what his relation was to you, but I talked about how I really upset your poker master.
Oh, Damon.
Yep,
Fuck it. I'll get over it.
that was funny.
Poker, man.
It's poker. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
These things happen.
Sometimes when you play stupid games, you win good prizes.
Yep.
In Harold's
Mhm.
case.
I would argue that it was a slightly less stupid game, I think, than it was made out. But, you know.
I say it wasn't a terrible hand.
Oh, some
Wasn't
of them
the
poker
greatest, but-
players get so angry, though.
It was
You know,
it
it
was
did,
a high floor,
it kept
low
them in the
ceiling
game.
play. But it won it.
And then what's he do? He moves to a new table and loses it all in about, 5 or 6 hands?
Mm-hmm.
So proud of you.
Thanks. I learned from the best.
Hey, he got the
Actually,
money,
I
though.
learned from, I think,
Got that money.
I mean, I did learn from you, but I also Red Dead Redemption 2. Shout out Red Dead.
Hell yeah, the poker on Red Dead was good.
Well, Jared, since you're here, do you want to talk about your hot topic?
Sure, why not? You know. Main thing is I absolutely love my job. It's the greatest place on the planet. Just love it so much. I love the people I work with. They're all super nice and not raging cunts.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like?
Couldn't tell you.
You can go to work for me tomorrow. I'll let you.
Oh, I got another.
I guarantee you by about 8 a.m. you're going to be ready to...
By like 5 o'clock, I'm ready to go home. 5 a.m.
Shit, you won't be there yet. You don't start till 5:30.
Oh, well, I mean that is better than what I do right now. So
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. Other than that, hot topics. I ain't really got much. I'm going to eat Friday night with 2 of the goons that are in here,
Yeah.
Yippee!
and then I'm going to another card show on Saturday.
Jeez.
He's looking for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He's looking for that Mike Glennon card.
I say
Yes.
Zach's got a hole burner in his pocket.
He
It
must.
was to spend all that hard poker money.
He said he's got all that money with Jesus Made's name on it.
Oh,
I'm like, hey, you do you, man.
I mean, it's kind of like a baby stock market if you think about it.
Sure.
Kinda.
Oh, God, Harold. I don't know about you some days.
I think that's what my mom said, so that's okay.
Mm.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah, that was it for me, man. I ain't really got, other than them 2 things, I ain't got much going on.
okay. I'll go next. So you know this weekend is Valentine's Day, and so my wife and I are gonna we're gonna include our son. We weren't gonna ask anybody to watch him or anything, so we're gonna kind of do like a family thing and just go out and enjoy each other's company and have a nice dinner, and then maybe come back and play some games or something. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do this Valentine's this year. So I'm pretty excited.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Dylan, you got a hot topic?
Yes,
boss?
sir. Well, I'm gonna use this as my hot topic. I am done with work for the week.
Oh,
Ooh.
Man, you guys never put in a full week over there.
We have put in
Whoa!
for like the past while, a couple months at least. It's HVL that never puts in a full week, let me tell you.
No, they don't. And they didn't this week.
Well, it doesn't help Warehouse can't get us any parts, but
No, they
it's
can't.
definitely not on material. It's not their
They
fault.
always got our fucking parts on my line.
Well, you guys have like 3 parts you put in a box.
Yeah, that's true. There ain't much on them.
It's a punishment for you, Jared. They're like, oh, Jared can't leave early. We got to make sure he has
I
everything.
want to know what the fuck I'm being punished for.
You must have been like baby Hitler in your past life or something.
I'm working with baby Hitler.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're not wrong.
I'm not at all.
You know, I would say you're exaggerating it, but like you're just ever so slightly barely exaggerating it. I'm not gonna lie.
Not much. Not much at all. And then she's got her SS guard over there. That's even worse.
I love it.
I love my job.
Gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the weather's supposed to be nice Saturday.
Dude, it's supposed to be almost
I-
50 on Monday, I think.
I think I'm gonna grill me and the pupper a steak this weekend.
Oh,
Alright, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be the
Jared-
pupper.
Time.
Jared's gonna wear a Scooby Doo costume.
Yup.
Oh,
Wait? Joey?
I'm okay with that.
Ruff, ruff.
We hungry, Marion.
Good times.
Good time.
The question is, what cut do we get?
That depends. You want good and extremely expensive or good and reasonably priced?
Eat like a king, boy.
Burger King, baby.
Yeah, I'm not going like.
Well, I guess
Probably
the main
like-
question
I'm
is, do you
willing
want
to
to go
spend, like,
normal beef or do you want to
50
go some
or 60.
Wagyu shit?
Ooh, I
Okay,
don't know if I want to go
Can
Wagyu.
maybe this is a hot topic, but
It
like
is the best one, but
It is. So they
Wagyu
say.
is good, but like the difference between a really good ribeye and like a Wagyu ribeye is not like $80 difference.
Let me ask you this, Harold.
Yeah.
Have you had a Wagyu steak?
I have. I have-
Okay, next question is, where did you have this Wagyu steak?
Home. I cooked it.
Where did you buy it?
If he says Walmart.
Yeah, if he says Walmart, then I'm not believing a fucking word he
It's over.
says. Yeah,
he's taking forever to
what's
respond.
the
so
next
it might be
question?
Walmart.
because the cut makes a hell of a difference.
But it said grass fed. That means it's good.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you got it at Walmart. It's basically a regular
You got it at
steak that's
Walmart.
just priced up. Now you go to an actual good butcher and spend $120 some on a Wagyu, and then buy a $30-40 ribeye. I guarantee you're gonna tell the difference.
I see. Here's my argument. It's not that I can't tell the difference. I'm gonna obviously say the Wagyu is better, but is the Wagyu $80 better than the ribeye?
You're saying, is it worth the money you're
Is
spending?
it worth the
That part
financial?
I get.
That's what I would say. Like if
I've
Jared,
never had Wagyu, but obviously there's a huge difference in quality because that's all anybody talks about.
like
But
if
I'm
you,
kind of on your boat. I almost got to imagine, is it really that much better for 80 some extra dollars when I can get a ribeye, which I know is fucking delicious?
it's like it's like 11-11 burger at McDonald's. 11-11 burger is infinitely better than McDonald's. But if I
Yeah.
had to eat it every day, like I'd be broke.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. I'll tell you that,
Oh,
Jared.
dude, it
it
was
a very
good. It was
burger.
very
I
yummy.
never did ask you guys. Was it good?
Muy
That
bien.
was so good. Dude, those beignets, oh, they hit the spot,
Now,
baby.
did you guys do the challenge or just go
No,
and eat?
fuck that.
No.
Dude, the
That
what?
fuck, that's
I
a
didn't even
lot of
come
food,
close
dude.
to what that challenge had, and I felt stuffed after
Oh, I
that.
bet.
I had a burger with mac and cheese and then some beignets on the side, and I was so full. Oh my
believe it.
goodness.
Yeah, I've never had it. It looks good. Everybody I've talked to that's went there said it's really fucking good.
I almost got the fish
Okay, good.
though.
We definitely gonna have to take a trip. It's
Yep.
it's worth
We
it.
got to do a boys trip for that.
Before we do
Yeah.
that, we got to make a trip to Germania. We're all
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
sit down and eat
that
2.5
burger.
pounds of cheeseburger.
Oh yeah. We got to call them ahead of time and be like, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, little
What's
one.
about to happen?
I don't think they're gonna complain because they're about to have $100 bill just in 4 burgers.
$25
Yeah,
for a
that's
big
fair.
burger. That's
They'd
not
be
terrible.
like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
But yeah, I think unless we got anything else, I think we're ready to wrap this show up.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
we're ready.
Well, this is the Jerk Circle podcast. I'm your host Harold, and until next time, I will see you guys